my sliding closet Hey guys, it's Exa and welcome back to my closet. Today we're going to be doing an updated video of my sliding closet bookshelf video that I did like 6 months ago because that one just wasn't really informative because I kind of did it after the fact. So this one we're going to do in process while I am installing one. So if you haven't watched that video, don't feel like you need to go back and watch it because I will cover all of the things that I talked about in that one in this video as well with a little bit more information. So here's what we're going to be making. One of these. But this one I'm going to install a closet rack on so I can organize my blazers. Because these guys don't have enough space anymore. Alright guys, so for this project, first I have my sliding door kit right here, which we will attach to the existing bookcases. I did get some more of these fancy hook things. I already have like 6 of them up here, and they're really handy for hanging purses and scarves. So I just got a few more that I'm going to put on the side of the sliding bookcase for a little bit more storage space. And I did get a new closet rack. I did get one that has holes so you can screw it in, and that's just going to help make it more secure and like fully attach it to the bookcase. And to help our rack slide, we do have some wheels. These are the same wheels I used in my last sliding bookcase video. They're just small little 1-inch casters, and they do not swivel, so that way it'll make sure my bookcase is always going straight across. But you can get the swivel kind if you want to move it around more than just having it run side to side directly all the time. And last but not least, we have our 5-shelf bookcase that I picked up from Target for $35. And lastly, if you're using a bookcase that does not have a solid wood back like I am, you're going to need some scrap wood so that way you can screw the brackets into it so that way it will slide across. So these are the parts for the sliding rack. So there is 2 halves to the track it runs on, and here are the little wheels that attach to the back of our cabinet that will run across the track. These are these little raised pins that you screw the track onto the wall or whatever you're attaching it to, so that way they're raised out enough for the wheels to slide across them nicely and the screws to go with them to attach those. These are some helpful pieces for wall anchors and little doorstop tracks for the bottom, which I'm actually not going to use anything in this bag for my project, but you might for yours. Next, here are the stops that go on the end of the track, so that way your bookcase won't slide off of the end. And some bolts to help attach the top racks onto the track. Alright, so the first thing we're going to do is hang up this bar. So I'm just going to line up where I want it to go across my cabinet, and then I will just mark and drill some pilot holes where the holes are. So next we're going to attach our bars. So we can take these little guys, and they're going to line up over our hole like that, put the bar in front, and then screw it in. So we'll have these, the little braces. So those line up behind there like so. And then we can drop our screw through the front, and that will attach. So once you get one side attached, make sure that you line up the center point before you fully screw down these ones. As you can see, this one's still sticking out some. You want to make sure that they're lined up in the middle and get that one on before this side's fully completed. We want to install the stoppers. So they slide onto the track through this part and have these little rubber bits that actually stops the track from sliding off. And to hold them in place, there's these little Allen wrench keys on the top that just tighten it down. So I can loosen those little screws on the bottom and position it where I want the stopper to go, and then screw this in. Do keep in mind that if you want the stopper to stop before that last rivet that you see there holding it onto the track, you are going to want to slide your stopper on the track before you have attached the bar to the wall. I, however, just want it on the end. So it's definitely much easier to attach your wheels before you've put the bottom onto your cabinet, so that way you can drill and press them down and get them all lined up perfectly where you want them. So when you're arranging your wheels, you want to think about where most of the weight's going to come from. So on these cabinet that I have, most of the weight is going to be coming straight from these two sides. So I'm putting 3 of the wheels on each side. But you do want to make sure that with more weight, it might bow in the middle. So I'm adding those 2 wheels towards the middle. Depending on what kind of wheels and the number of wheels you have, this may differ, but definitely make sure that you're putting them strategically, kind of balanced across the bottom of your bookshelf. So once I figured out where I want my wheels to go, you can go ahead and just mark with a Sharpie where the holes are going to go, and then you can drill them. Do make sure that you're not drilling all the way through the piece, because then obviously you will see the drill holes on the inside of that bottom shelf, which we don't want. And attach the wheels. Then we can go ahead and continue with assembly with the bottom on. So like I said earlier, once you have the back on, if it's not solid wood like this one, just need a couple pieces of scrap wood. That way you can screw the hinges into so it'll slide along the track. So I just have 2 little pieces and I'm going to line them up in the corner and then just drill them to attach them to the bookcase. So as you can see, I just put a couple screws to kind of tack those on. It doesn't need to be super sturdy because this isn't going to be holding any of the weight. All of the weight's going to be held by the wheels. We just want this securely enough so that way when you slide it, it'll help guide. So then we can go ahead and stand it up next to our track, put our guide wheel on, and mark where we are going to drill the holes to attach it onto the back of the bookcase. So when we lay our cabinet back down, we can line up our lines and then screw, drill some pilot holes and then screw in the screws to attach them to the back. Again, careful you're not going all the way through if you care about seeing it. I, however, don't care because I'm going to have clothes hanging in front, so I just went all the way through, and then... So then you can just lift it onto its track, and it should just roll right along. If you don't have a flat floor like me, because this is an old house, check the slide first because you might need to adjust one of the wheels up or down. This thing is if you want to make it a closet rack like mine, then you can take your closet guy and attach him right in the front there and it'll fit a normal hanger. So just to double check how far you want it, you can put your hanger on there and see that it will clear. For the record, these are normal size hangers and I have a 1 foot deep rack here and there's still a little bit of space. Then you're ready to hang. Ta-da! One completed sliding closet rack complete with clothes. And when you're all done, you'll end up with something like this. As you can see, it still slides even with all of this stuff on top of it. I do need a little more effort to get it to slide, but hey, I'm not going to be moving it super often, so that's fine by me. So I did just end up putting those hooks on the side of this case so that way I could stack up a whole bunch of my purses. So guys, I hope you liked this updated video of me creating a sliding storage rack solution for my closet. And stay tuned for a few more tips on designing your own closet for cheap. And don't forget to subscribe and hit the notification button so that way you won't miss any upcoming videos. There's going to be a lot more fun DIYs coming up in the next few weeks. Until next time, I hope your day is as beautiful as you are.